Okay guys, now we're ready to start a new section of this series. And this section is going to be the collar and knee series, okay? When I'm playing this knee shield position, if I'm able to achieve a grip on my opponent's knee, it's amazing. I'll have way more control of them to pull their leg to me. I'll have a lot more different options, okay? Now, when I have this knee grip and the collar grip, typically our goal becomes like leg hug. It's almost identical to leg hug. Okay, and there's going to be different options depending on my opponent's base. And it's going to be exactly, again, the two worlds. Weight on this leg, weight on this leg, and weight on this leg, right? These are going to be the two worlds that we're playing with. And why are we able to grab the knee this time? Because my opponent, not like previously, she had weight on her arms. Now she's going to have more weight on her legs. So her legs are going to feel heavier. So I'm going to try to move her. I'm going to be like, wow, why can't I move her as much? Because her weight's on her legs now. Before, she had weight on her upper body, which enabled me to move her legs. It's so crazy to me because this is just like De La Riva. You know, like when we played De La Riva guard, in the De La Riva system, you learn that when you're in this spot there, when you're playing De La Riva and you're in that spot, when the weight's on the legs versus the weight on the upper body. And when you're playing collar sleeve, same thing. So all these spots are literally identical in Jiu-Jitsu, you know? So it becomes so interesting, this concept alone, how all the spots become identical, right? So now we're going to see this scenario, why we're switching to the knee grip. And you're going to see how we can play all these different spots, the collar sleeve and the knee grip together, right? Like if she's putting more weight on her upper body, I can go to collar sleeve. If she's putting more weight on her posture, I can use the knee grip, okay? So this is how we're going to be playing now. And once you get this knee grip, guys, it's going to feel very, very strong. You're going to feel like you have a lot of control of your opponent's leg once you get this grip on her leg, okay? So let's see what's happening. You're going to be here in collar sleeve. Again, notice about something when I'm playing collar sleeve. Yeah, just here. Whenever I'm playing collar sleeve and I'm able to move her elbow from her body, I have control of her body, right? Because her upper body's forward, enabling me to attack submissions. Whenever my opponent postures up, putting more weight on their legs, now look how the arm has way less part of her body. This lower part of her arm is free, but the higher part of her arm becomes molded kind of to the upper part of her body, you see? So it becomes that I have way less arm to play with. So for my opponent when I'm here and I'm holding my opponent's sleeve, if they posture up like this, I won't have a lot of arm to play with on her leg. It's away from me, her arm, right? But then look what's gonna happen. Because her arm's away from me, look what's available now. Her knee is available because she's posturing up, giving me her knee more. You see the difference? So I'll be able to go more to her knee because of her posture. And the same rule applies if I'm playing on her knee and she defends me holding her knee. She has to put her upper body forward. Now I can play on her arm. Look how her elbow disconnected from her body. Look how the upper part of her arm is now in the game again. But when she postures and closes her elbow, look how I can grab the knee. So this is a part of the knee shield system so much because we're constantly able to hand fight, switching from the knee to the hand based on her weight distribution between her legs and her upper body, okay? This is what I want you to think about when you're in this spot. I'm going to the knee, okay, she's postured, oh, she's hand fighting me, look. Now she's on her arms. Now she has her upper body forward. But when she goes posture, now I go to the knee. Now she defends the knee. She has to put her upper body forward. Now I can go to the sleeve. Okay, that's what I want you guys to think about in this spot. And she keeps trying to break my collar. I don't know why she was doing that.
You just want me to sit up. Right?
If she's trying to break my collar, it's hard because my foot's hooking her shoulder, right? The only fight will be is between this sleeve and this knee. I'm going to show you something after when your opponent breaks your collar grip and they're hand fighting this grip. But most likely, it's going to be more of a fight between my hand on her sleeve and her knee. Okay, so I'm here in knee shield. I'm in this spot here. I'm moving. She postures up. Her arm, look how her arm is away from me now. So for me to load her, it's going to feel very strange because look how my knee is not even under my wrist now. It's different. You see the difference? How she has posture? Now all I'm going to do is this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to let go of my sleeve grip on her leg. I'm going to grab the knee now. When I grab the knee, guys, what I want you to see is this. The lower I can grab on the leg, the better. Because the more I'll be able to lift her leg like this, right? The lower I am on the knee, the less control I'll have to load the leg, okay? But depending on her grip, if her foot's live or dead, will alter how I grab the leg a little bit. Because if she has a dead foot,
she has the dead foot, so your foot dead like this, yes. Notice, I can even grab here, but this part of her knee is going to be lighter, right? So I can lift up the knee first like this and move my hand down the leg. If she has a live foot, the knee is going to be heavy. So it's going to be weird to grab the knee, but the lower part of her leg is going to feel very easy to grab. And in IBJJF, we're not allowed to put 4 fingers inside the leg. So notice how my grip is on the outside of her leg, you see? So I grab over here in this range. Once I make a grip on her leg, all I'm going to do is this. So keep your posture because your arms are full. Yeah. All I'm going to do is this. All my goal is now is to put her weight on that inside leg again, just like before in the system. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put pressure back like I'm going to go for an ankle pick. Obviously, I won't be able to ankle pick her because she has a post now, right? I don't have this arm. So when I do this, she's going to come back into me. As she comes back into me, I can lift up the leg, getting into the same spot that we were before. You see? So again, I'm here. Playing collar sleeve. I'm here. She closes her elbow. I get to the knee shield. She's posturing up now. Look. Her leg is going to feel very heavy. Her elbow is connecting to her body. Her leg is heavy. Now look at it. All I do. I grab the knee. I move my body. I grab the knee. Once I get this grip on her leg, all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make the grip. I'm going to push her back like this. 1. And now I'm going to pull her forward. Once I pull her forward, notice how her upper body is forward again. I was able to get her upper body forward. What does that mean for me? I'm able to get her upper body forward and put her weight on that back leg. I can do exactly like I did with the collar sleeve before. Look. Now I'm able to get to the same spot as before. I lift up the leg. I get this grip. I underhook the leg. Now I'm back in all the stuff that we learned before. You see? So again, I'm here. The collar sleeve. I move my body. I get to this spot here. Once I arrive in this spot, if she has her upper body forward, I can follow the system from before. So she postures up, putting her weight on her legs. So now her leg feels heavy. I can't load her or push her. Her legs are heavy now. Her elbow's connected to her body. Her legs are heavy. All I do is this. I make a grip on her knee. I push her back like this. Look how I can even go with my elbow here, guys. Because I want her an action-reaction. So I want to push her back. Now she's going to put weight forward again. Once she puts weight forward, look what I can do. Once I do this, I do a hip escape. I'm on my side, right? I square up, I use my leg to scoop, and I square my hip and bring her leg on top of me. Now I end up in this position here. Again. I'm here. And guys, the grip doesn't matter that much. Anywhere on the knee below is where we could go, okay? You just need to be able to make a grip, and depending on how tight the person's pants are, you'll feel where it's easy to go. Sometimes this will be easy, sometimes the lower part. I prefer the lower part and having connection to the knee, okay? But don't be so afraid, like, oh, I can't grab here. Just stay on the lower part of the leg, okay? And you'll be fine. All this lower part of the leg is what we need. Okay, the knee, lower part of the leg will be great for us to load her. So I'm here. I have the collar sleeve, I'm here. Right now she's bending, so now she puts weight on her legs. The second she puts weight on her legs, all I'm gonna do is grab the leg. I'm gonna go on my elbow and push. When I go to elbow and push, she's gonna put weight back forward, right? Because look what I'm doing this. Look what I'm doing. I'm trying to push her to put all this weight on this leg, right? Obviously, I can't sweep her because she has her hand here, the post. And I know that she has to put weight forward to defend this. So she's gonna put weight forward, putting her weight on this leg and her upper body. Watch. Now look. I can get to the leg really easy. Again. Here. I'm here holding her sleeve. She's hand fighting me. She might be moving here, but she's posturing. She might be holding my sleeve, whatever. A lot of times, even when she goes to break this grip with this arm, look how easy it is now for me to grab the knee. You see? Now look. And guys, I want you to see something when I'm loading her. Look how it's just like leg hug. Why is it like leg hug? Notice how her armpit, if I could get it this direction, makes it very easy for me to lift up her leg. Right? Because her legs are stuck one way, her upper body's changing the other way. The misalignment of her spine will make her base really weak. We know this. This is how we always play, right? So we're here. I have the sleeve. She stays leaning. I'm going to do everything from before. So she postures up, closing her elbow, putting her weight on her legs. So now I'm grabbing the leg. I'm going to push her back. She's going to come back into me. I'm going to underhook the leg. Okay? And most of the time, I'm actually able to get to the knee. You know, because always when I'm playing on this collar and sleeve, they defend, making their legs heavy. because I'm gonna load them. They're gonna feel like, wow, I'm getting loaded. They're gonna put weight on their legs. Now I can grab the knee and start loading her the same way. So I'm here. I'm here. I have the grips. Collar sleeve, the elbow closes. I go to the half grip. I move my body. She didn't put weight on her upper body, on her legs. She kept her weight on her upper body. Now she closed the weight onto her legs. So lifting her leg feels heavy. I grab the leg, but as I grab the leg, all I do is this. I make a grip and I go on my elbow like this a little bit. Because I wanted to even grab my collar. She goes, grab this collar. She grabs this collar, and I'm pushing her back. She has to come forward. Look, if she doesn't even have an arm to post on. She's going to fall back. So she's going to come forward, pushing my chest. Now look, when she pushes my chest, her weight goes to her upper body. I can load her even easier. So if you feel them grab your chest, it's amazing. It's a celebration because it's easier to lift their leg. Okay, so when I'm here and I start pushing them and she grabs my collar to push me down, I use this momentum. So I go here, she pushes, now look. And look what I'm doing with my knee now. What I'm doing with my knee is I'm even going under her armpit more, you see? So I go here, I push, look how my knee's going lower, lower, lower. Now look how she's pushing into me. I go like this. I'm trying to sweep her, she puts weight forward. You see? Again, I'm here. Here, her upper body's forward, now it's down, right? So all I do is this. I go here. Now I go here, I push. If she grabs my collar, I can load. If she doesn't, just push her arm. I start pushing like this, you come back forward. See, I arrive in this position. Let's change sides so you can see my leg work. Here. This. See how easy it is? We're just going on our elbow like this. I just do this. Look how I go on my elbow and I have my chest forward. Now when she pushes me, I get the foot right on the hip. Right onto the ASIS. Under her, she stays leaning this direction for brown belts and up. We have a nice toe hold right here. See, I can control 2-on-1 on the foot and start putting pressure on the foot here, on my body. Okay, so again, here she's holding the collar. Here, I push, I load. It's a good drill for you guys too. You just got a grip on the leg. Anywhere in this range on the lower leg is fine. Even on the knee, I can do this. Push. If I'm a little high, what I do is this. I'll hold, I'll start lifting, and then I'll move my hand down a little bit as I climb. Okay? So if I have to start high and I'm here, and she pushes me and I load, I just move my hand down a little bit to get to the grip here. So don't grab the collar now.
Okay.
Posture. And push, come back. Here. Okay? So, as you see, we're just playing with their base more and more this time. And what are we doing in this sweep? We're doing the same motion we did before, but now I have a grip on the leg. Before I was using my elbow to chop the leg to try to sweep her. Now I'm using the knee and collar, which is like an ankle pick motion, right? So when you push their body this way, look how I have to post. And because I have a post, it's going to be difficult to finish, right? But I know that, so I want them to put weight back into it. The second they do, it's done, because I'm able to pull her up, and I'm able to get to this spot, right? So this is the first position of this series I want you guys to practice, and it follows the exact movements that we learned when we had the collar sleeve. So I feel like if you understand the collar sleeve motion that we learned previously, this will be actually very easy for you to play. And you'll actually see this everywhere when you're playing collar sleeve, because the person's going to let you get the knee if you're fighting very hard in their sleeve. And then you're going to see that the collar sleeve is going to become easy. When you start fighting for the knee, the person's going to give you the sleeve, okay? Like I showed you the correlation between the two. Okay, so I want you guys to work this now, and we're going to continue on to the next position. Okay, guys, now we're going to add in another variation from this sequence. What is this variation going to be? This variation is going to be that my opponent doesn't put weight back onto this front leg. They stay on the back leg and posting. Like I said before, I don't have a sleeve grip, so they're able to keep their post, right? So their base is like this. They have their foot live, they're posting and all their weight's on this back leg, but they still have the posture, right? So now, my approach is going to become almost identical to leg hug. I'm going to go by the knee. I'm going to start climbing up the knee because the weight's on that forward leg. And I'm going to be able to remove
the weight from that leg. Doing our hand fight that we did in leg up. Literally the same exact concept, right? So we're going to be playing with the leg. We're going to eventually, our objective is going to be to wedge that leg off the mat, putting it completely on my arm. Once we achieve this, I'll be able to pull the leg up, arriving in the same spot as before, right? So this is the leg hug series system from Knee Shield, okay? Again, before with the collar sleeve knee shield, we had two worlds, right? Weight on this leg, weight on this leg. If I was able to get the weight to the back leg, I swept her. If I was able to get the weight to the inside leg, we loaded her, right? And then we did both back and forth. Right now, you guys saw before, I pushed her back. I was able to get her weight to this leg. I grabbed the knee. I pulled her up. Now, I'm not able to get her weight to this leg. She stays her weight on this leg in posturing, and she puts a weight on her arm and this leg. That's going to stop me from being able to go back to that side. And because she has that post, I'm not going to be able to finish a sweep unless I let go of my collar grip. But right now, we're staying with the collar and knee series, okay? There'll be some more options later to come in this scenario. But for now, this is all we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to be here. I'm going to be collar sleeve, double sleeve, set it up. All right, one. Lasso. I'm going in my body. She closes. I'm here. This way. This way. We're going to angle ourselves this way. I'm here. So I'm in this spot. What's going to happen is she's going to posture up. So now I'm no longer controlling her sleeve out because her elbow's connected to her body. Only her forearm, the lower part of her arm, is free. You see? So now what's going to happen is I'm going to remove my grip from this grip to her knee, to this part of her body. Now I'm going to start pushing to load her back. But look, what just happened? Look at this. I can't move her. All her weight's on this arm. I'm trying to punch it. I'm trying to punch all these things. I feel like I can't. She's posturing up, putting all her weight on this leg, and she's keeping her weight on her arm. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is, instead of trying to force this here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use this grip. I'm going to go on my shoulder like this. Okay? How do I go on my shoulder? What I do is this. My grip on the leg, I'm going to turn my hand like this. When I turn my hand like this, I'm going to tuck my elbow in. And once my hand is this direction, I'm activating the muscles in my arm. So it makes it very easy for me to go on my shoulder. It's kind of like the Berimbolo system. If you're familiar with my Berimbolo system, you learn how to invert and go on your shoulder, how we don't use any parts of our body, but turning our hand helps us. So when I'm here, all I do is I tuck my elbow in and I turn my hand a little bit to go on my shoulder like this. Now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my head as close as I can to her foot. I'm going to walk it like this. I'm going to keep my knee shield on her body. Look, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk. I'm going to arrive here. Once I get here, I want you to see where her foot is. She has a live foot right now. So her toes are on the mat. She was doing a dead foot, but it was still a live foot because this part of her foot's off the floor, okay? So all I have to do now is this. Once I get here, we see that it's a live foot, right? So what does that mean for us? That means the knee is going to be heavy, but this part of her foot's going to be light. So all I do is I let go of the collar grip. I'm going to grab the foot. I'm going to grab the foot. I'm going to wedge and get my arm off the leg like this. Once I get here, I have the double foot grip like before. Look how her leg can't touch the floor now. I wedged it off the floor. Now, I pull the leg up. Look where I end up. The same spot as before. You see? So you guys see how I'm able to go on my shoulder. Once she puts all her weight on that side, it helps me go on my shoulder. So now we're following the concept of manually moving versus anchoring that we learned in leg hug. The same exact concept. What did we learn about that? We learned that we try to pull the leg to our chest. If we can't pull the leg to our chest, we pull ourselves to them, and then we bring the leg to our chest, right? So she anchors herself, making it easy for me to go on my shoulder. If I feel it's hard to go on my shoulder, I guarantee you'll be able to pull the leg up or do another variation because there's no weight on her hips to help you pull yourself up. That's the reason why it's hard to go on your shoulder, okay? This is super easy. It's literally just doing this. I have my leg on the floor. I have my head. Look how easy it is for me to go on my shoulder. You see? And when I turn the knee grip, look, all I'm doing is this. I grab, I turn on my shoulder, look. Look how I tuck on my shoulder now. Look how I can walk. Look how easy this is. Look. Look how easy it is for me to move my body now. So all I do is this motion. I'm here. And all I want you guys to learn to do is on my shoulder, I walk like this. Once I get here, keep the angle here.
More. Once I get here and her hand's posted, all I do is this. I'm going to take my hand that's on the collar, pushing her. She's keeping weight on this leg. I'm going to grab the leg like so. Once I grab the leg like so, I'm going to lift the lower part of her leg up. Now I can get to the knee. Get the double grip on her leg. Look. Once I get this, look how easy it is for me to pull. Leg lock, people. This is heaven for you, right? You can attack all different leg locks here. Pull this up. I can go here. Okay. If I want a great setup I like to do personally is when I get here and my body's up, keep your weight on your body, up there. I love to pull the leg up to my head. And I love going for a toe hold here, okay? And then possibly even switching when she rolls to a knee bar here. Okay, so again. Here. Closes her elbow, I hook the leg. Once I get here, guys, I grab the leg here. Once I feel that post happen, I feel I cannot pull her forward. I'm going up, I'm trying to push, there's no way. All I do is I tuck my elbow in. You see, once I tuck my elbow in, look how I'm on my head. Zero pressure on my body. Look, all I'm doing is tucking my elbow in. Now I'm going to use my back leg on the floor to help me walk. So now we're following a concept in barrel ball also. Because what did we learn in barrel ball? We learned that there's two types of feet that you could have when you're doing these spots. There's three, right? Dead foot, side foot, and live foot. But when I'm walking on my leg, what did we learn in the barrel ball system? Whenever I move my foot from side foot, which is when I'm hooking her leg, to live foot, what happens to this when I have the live foot? Whenever I have a live foot, I'm able to post my knee on the floor now. Meaning that when I'm holding her leg, look how many things I have to post on. I have a live foot, my knee on the floor, and my elbow tucked. So now it's very easy for me to go on my neck and shoulder. So again, I'm here. I want them to see my foot actually this time. I'm here. So you see how my foot's hooking, right? I get the leg, she posts her arm. Yeah, just go to this spot. Yep. My foot's here. I go on my shoulder, look at my foot. Look at this back foot. Because I'm on my live foot, my knee is on the floor as well. And now look how my head and shoulder are on the floor. My whole arm is. Now look how I can walk. Look. Look how easy it is for me to bring my head here. Now I can grab the leg. I can grab this part of her leg, lift up, controlling the foot just like before. Look how her knee is no longer on the floor. What was our objective in leg hug? Take the knee off the floor. Now, 2 grips on the foot. Look at this. Look how strong I have control of her leg now. Okay, where I could possibly attack toe holds, knee bars, many different things, or go back to the spot from before. And even my foot lock is present here, 50-50, so many different things. So again, back the other way, please. I think the hardest part of this move will be for you guys to learn to go on your neck. I'm not on your neck, on your shoulder, look. Side, I just step on the floor. As I step on the floor, I'm holding the knee, right? I have the collar, I'm like this. All I do is this. Look. That's all I'm doing. Side, knee, and I'm using the anchor from her knee, that's heavy, to do this. Side, live. Side, which I'm hooking her foot, right? So I'm hooking her foot, I go live. Now when I go live, I use my elbow and shoulder on the floor to do this. Look. Now my knee's on the mat, look. Now my knee's on the mat, look how easy this is. Look. Now I'm like this. Now I can walk. Now I can walk. Now I can walk. You see, I'm just using the knee grip. I'm using the foot on the floor. So now look how many posts I have right now. My elbow, my shoulder, my knee, and my toe. 4 things on the floor. And my head, shoulder, elbow, knee, and foot. I have so many posts on the floor. You see, so when I'm doing it, it's very easy for me to go on my neck. My shoulder. It's not my neck at all. You see, there's no neck. So I'm here, holding the leg. She closes, I'm here. I got the leg, I go on my shoulder. Look how easy this is. Once I arrive here, guys, look how easy now I can go to the leg. I'm just going to lift it up, take the knee off the floor. Go 2 grips on her leg. Once I get here, I have the options of pushing her back, taking the leg off the floor. Be very careful here, guys, because you could hurt your partner's knee if you do this hard. So be careful when you take off her foot here. You just take it off, you pull the leg. You see? Now leg locks are available. She turns into me like this. If she faces me and sees normal, I could go back to the regular spot from before. Okay? So again, I'm here. I'm here. Hand frame. Collar sleeve. She closes her elbow. She's trying to break my grip even maybe. I go here. Bring my knee up. And lift the leg up. Look, all I do is this. 1, 2. I want them to see this. More. Yep. Here. I go 1, 2. Now I get here. Now 3. Once I get the leg on top of my arm, look. I get the grip. Now look how easy this is. I just put pressure on my knee. I pull the grip. I pull the foot. And now I'm just going to take her leg off the floor. Look. Look, look, look. And now look how strong this is. She keeps putting pressure like she is. Yeah, now she has to put weight forward. Once we get here, look. Now I can put the foot on the hip. Start tacking a toe hold here. Many different options. X guard, many different things. So again, I'm here. Okay. Keep your weight on this arm and like, yep. And your knee on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
Because if your weight's off that knee, look, I can start loading now. So all your weight on this knee.
Okay.
Now, I go to the leg, take the knee off the floor. Notice when I take the knee off the floor, how instantly her weight has to go back to the back leg a little bit. You see, now once the toes come off the floor, she really has nowhere to go. You see? Now I can lift the leg. Or even go to toe holds here. Okay. And again, toe holds for only higher belts, only brown and black. Okay, if you don't have brown and black, just go to the X guard and those spots there. Okay. But brown and black belts is a great spot to exploit a toe hold or knee bar or any foot lock there. Okay. So here. Grab the leg, go on my shoulder, right? How do I go on my shoulder? I push. I'm trying to take your knee off the floor. I can't take the knee off the floor. What does that mean? This leg's anchoring, so it's easy to go on my shoulder. Look. Once I get here, look how my shin stays across her body. Come into me. She can't. You see how she can't come into me? Because this is protecting me, my leg on her body. Now, I just take her leg off the floor. I grab the leg. I put pressure on my hips, squeezing her leg. Now my knee comes up. Now I end up in this spot here. Again. Here. The end part, I just pinch my knees together and then I pull the leg up, okay? Again, here. So getting on her shoulders, very important in this spot, but also my shin blocking my body. You see, because there's like a wall that she can't come into. And again, at any moment when I'm here and I'm trying to go on my shoulder and she doesn't like this, she puts weight on her upper body again, driving into me. I get back to the other spot, so it's a win-win. Okay, so I want you guys to work this position now. And this is going to be probably the hardest one for you guys, but if you like to get on your knee and learn how to do it, but it's very easy. It is very easy to go on your shoulder, so it should be easy. But I can understand if the motion is a little different for you, okay? So I'm gonna work this now, and then we're gonna keep going on. Okay guys, so now we're going to go on to the next variation from this position, okay? This variation is going to follow exactly our format from previous with the leg hug format, right? With the live feet, the dead foot. So this is going to be a little troublesome if you don't know exactly what to do here, because the problem is with the dead foot in this scenario, my opponent's heel is going to be tucked.
If my opponent's heel was not tucked under their butt, I would actually be able to eventually do what I did previously and follow our leg hug format. But because the heel is tucked under their butt, things are going to change in this spot, okay? And how are things going to change? Think about before why the live foot was beneficial for us. The live foot was beneficial because this part of the leg I was able to raise, right? You see how this part of the leg's off the floor, the lower part of the leg? So I was able to lift it, eventually getting the heels and removing it from the floor. Now this part of the foot in the dead foot is on the mat. So in our leg hug format, what did we learn? When the dead foot happens, we're able to lift the knee up. But we're going to be stuck here because the heel's on the mat. My hand's going to be posted away from my opponent. And they're all going to have their weight here tucked and their weight on this arm. Okay? So a concept that we're going to have to do here, I actually figured this out. My friend Mateus Gonzaga helped me a lot with this position when we really brainstormed this, and what we figured out was when they keep the back hook in, they're able to stay strong with the hand here. So what we have to do is actually remove the back hook from the knee shield spot, and we walk our foot to the other side of our partner's body, okay? And you're going to see how I'm able to, once I do this, get my body under this lower part of her leg and do exactly like I did before, okay? But if you were going to stay like you did previously with the hook on the knee shield, it would actually be rather troublesome because you're going to feel like it's hard to sweep the opponent here. You're going to feel like it's hard to move them. But the second you remove that hook and you start climbing it to the other side of the body, walking it, you're going to see how easy it is, okay? So we use our foot in the live foot motion like before, right? When we get one on our shoulder. And because we're live foot, what does that mean we could do? Just like when we're standing, we could walk, right? So I'm going to walk my toe to the other side of her body, and then you're going to see what happens because her foot's tucked under her butt, okay? So I'm going to be here in collar sleeve. I'm going to be playing here. I have the sleeves in this spot, going on my platters, all these things. I want to go leg hug. I feel like it's hard. I'm going to just put my foot in, hooking her leg. Rule 1, head to the shoulder, right? She's going to tuck her arm in. I'm going to move my body toward her knee and shoulder. Her arm's going to be tucked, so I'm going to feel like it's hard to use this arm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a grip on the knee, like before, trying to ankle pick, right? I'm not going to be able to. So I'm not going to be able to pull her away. All her weight's on that side. So now what I'm going to do is she's going to put all her weight on this leg and posture up. So now what I'm going to do is go on my shoulder. So previously, we were in the spot when she had the live foot. I was able to eventually, in this spot, take the leg off the floor, hug the leg, pull, use my knees, scoop my knee under her leg, and go here, right? But now with the dead foot, notice it's going to feel very difficult because her leg is on the floor, this part of her leg. So even if I lift this up, her heel's tucked. And I can't sweep her back, you see? It's very difficult here. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to push her upper body, put weight on her upper body a little bit. I'm going to remove my back hook from her leg. I'm going to remove it. Once I remove the back hook from her leg, I'm going to walk it up her leg. I'm going to walk it up her leg. Now once I arrive here, my objective is to get my leg inside her leg, because there's this crease between the upper part of her leg and the lower part of her leg. So once I'm here, all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to push her chest here. I'm going to make a grip right on the hip grip like this. So I'm more connected to her body. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push. She's going to put pressure forward a little bit. She's just going to stay here. All I need to do is this motion. I have the leg here. I push. Now all I'm going to do is this. 1, 2. Look how my knee goes inside her legs. Just like I did before, right? Because I'm trying to get her leg inside my body. So once my knee gets inside her legs, look where I end up. I'm in this spot where I could go for a foot lock. I could hook my leg here. I have many options to finish sweeps and do other things here. Okay? So watch this happen again. Let's change sides actually, because the whole fight is my back hook actually in this spot. You see? So before we were fighting using our hook, just staying in the knee shield. Now we're removing it to walk to the other side. So again, I'm going to be here. Notice, I have my hook on the side of her leg, right? Just this angle a little bit. Oh, okay. I have my hook on the side of the leg here, you see? So now when I'm here, she's posturing up. I'm holding her sleeve. She postures up and away. I got the knee.
I start going here, trying to push the sweeper. She tucks her foot, right? I'm trying to sweep her, right? I'm trying to do all these things. I feel like I can't, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the foot on the floor, go on my shoulder, bring my knee to her hip. Now that my knee's on her hip, I'm gonna remove the grip from the collar and go to a hip grip like so. Now that I have the hip grip, notice how my elbow can put pressure on my knee more. Now I have a pillow grip with my knee on my arm. You see how I have the pillow grip now? The same exact way as before. So all I have to do now is this. I remove my hook from the back leg. You just wait on this forward leg. I remove my knee from the back leg. I take it out. It's very easy to take this out. All you have to do is this motion. You push, and now my hook comes out. So I push her chest with my shin on her body. My hook comes out. Now I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk. Once I get here, guys, all I do is I'm going to pull the hip up. I'm going to push the knee down, and I'm going to lift up and scoop my knee in between her legs like so. Look how I'm able to scoop my knee in between her legs. Once I arrive here, if I want to attack the leg, I get my hands on the lower part of her leg like so. And now I can start attacking the leg for a foot lock, a straight ankle lock, or I could even, if I want to look the other way, start attacking a toe hold here. I have many different options, okay? If you're interested in the straight ankle lock, I have a whole series on the straight ankle lock. I have a system from that spot. It's one of my favorite moves, okay? This DVD is about entries to spots. It's not about finishes, okay? So I have systems for each finish that we need to work, okay? So this DVD is me getting you to all these spots. But again, notice what I'm doing with my leg in that spot. How it's hooking here, and then I remove the hook eventually, right? And then I walk and I walk, I walk, I walk. See, that's all I'm doing with that bottom hook. That's the most important part of this move. So I'm here, she closes her elbow, she pushes up, I control the leg. Once I control the leg, I go on my shoulder, I walk. She has the dead foot. What is the dead foot rule for us? The dead foot rule is when her foot's dead, that means her knee is easy to raise, right? So I raise it, I bring it under my arm, like so. Just like in the leg hug system, right? Once we take the knee off the mat, all that's left is the heel for us. But we can't take the heel out because it's under her butt. So what do? I push her body, I take my hook out, I walk it, I walk it, I walk it. Try to stay up a little bit, please, with your knee. Yeah, on your hip, yeah. So now all I do is this. I pull the hip, I stretch the leg, and now I'm going to pull the bottom part of the leg I have already up off the floor to put my knee in between. Look, to get here. Once I get here, guys, I have many options. Toe holds, ankle locks, bring my hook in. I have many different options here that you guys can play with. So again, now let's face her. Face the camera. Come here. The sleeves in this spot here. Right here, I go to the sleeve, I hook the leg, I get to this spot, I hold the leg here. All I'm going to do is change sides a little bit. All I do here is this, I'm framing, I go on my shoulder, right? I go on my shoulder, I get to this spot, her heel's tucked. I'm going to push, remove my hook from her inside leg. The knee shield hook is, the half guard knee shield hook is going to come out of the leg. Now I walk it, I walk it, I walk it, now I'm here. I switch to a hip grip. Getting the pillow grip with my elbow on my leg. I push the upper body down, right? If I feel like a sweeper, I will, but she's going to put more weight on her arm the second she feels that. Now I'm going to lift up the hip with this grip. I'm going to pull the knee. I'm going to scoop my knee, my bottom leg, in between her upper part of her leg and her lower part of the leg, like so. You see how I'm able to scoop my knee right in between when I do this position. Now I'm on my shoulder, right? So I can attack a straight ankle lock. If you want to attack a straight ankle lock, which is my favorite spot, this is where I go from here, right? And now I can start adjusting the foot and closing the elbow. If I want to attack a toe hold, I look the other direction, holding the toe, starting to go for a toe hold. If I could get her knee to this side of my ribs, this is ideal in a toe hold because then she can't roll. If her knee's on this side of the rib, she can roll, and then I can attack a knee bar, okay? Just if you guys are familiar with footlocks. Or you get to this spot, you underhook, you're back to all the stuff we did from before with sweeping and getting to this spot, okay? Again, this isn't about finishes this series, it's all about setups. This series with leg hug and the knee shield is all about getting us into entrances to spots, okay? So again, I'm here knee shield, I get to this spot here. Framing, she lifts her arm up, I go on the knee, I start walking my shoulder, I walk, I get to the hip grip. I get the pillow grip with my elbow on my leg. The second I get here, I take my hook out, I walk it. I'm gonna stretch my leg, punch the grip, I'm gonna pull the lower part of her knee off of the floor. Now my knee got in between her legs, you see? Now I'm in such a great spot to do all different attacks. Now I can move my leg back, hook her body. I end up here. If I can even hook both legs, step on the mat, come up as well. Okay, so again. Here, hooking the leg, I'm framing, I'm in this spot here. So start here, I walk my body, again here. She's posturing up, I grab the leg, I go on my shoulder, I walk. I lift the leg up, I hug it. Once I get here, all I do is this. Take out my hook, I walk. Once I get here, I stretch her body, I pull the knee, I pull the hip, and all I'm going to do is scoop my knee under her leg like so. Once I get here, I have a toe hold, ankle lock. I can underhook the leg, move my leg in, getting the different sweeping opportunities. Okay? So, as you see, the fight in this spot is how I'm using my back hook in this half guard to remove it. And it's just like walking. Your toes on the mat enable us to walk our body, right? So I'm literally doing what we all do as humans. We walk. I'm walking my leg out of this spot to the other leg. Once I do that, I'm right into the perfect spot. And now I can lift the leg up, getting the single leg X guard, all those positions from there, okay? So that is what our goal is in this spot. And notice how I'm able to place my knee in between the legs, okay? So the partner that's drilling with you, they need to tuck their heel under their butt. Watch what's gonna happen if she doesn't tuck her heel under the butt. So I'm here. She postures, I go on my shoulder, I'm here. So now her heel isn't under her butt. So if I'm here and I see the heel isn't under the butt, I'm gonna lift up, I'm gonna do the drill we did before. You see, why can I do the drill we did before? Because her toes are exposed. Every time our toes are exposed, I can do what we did before. I can still make the hip grip if I want for extra security, but I don't even need to. I could immediately go right here, circle her toe from the floor to live. Now I get the big toe, 2 grips on the leg, pinch my knees, bring the leg up. Now we're back to the same spot from before. So you see, if she tucks her heel in, I have to do that whole process from before. If she doesn't, it becomes extremely easy for me to do the live foot drill from before. Okay? So that's the only time we have to address what's happening is when her toes are tucked under her butt. Okay? So I just want you guys to notice that. So if you're drilling with your partner and you're like, wow, I can't tuck my knee in between the lower and upper part of the leg, it's because probably their heel is not under their butt. So if they're doing dead foot and the heel is not under their butt, now you could go again to climb up the knee, walk up, and just like the leg hug drill from before, we remove it. Because when we do leg hug, what is it? Leg hug, the heel, the toes, everything is visible, right? We're able to lift up the leg and take out the toes. Here, it's a little different because it's completely under the body. So now we have to just use our hook under the leg, walking it, to pry it open between the lower and upper part of the leg to get to this spot, okay? So I hope that makes sense, and let's continue from here. But just so you guys see how cool the body mechanics are in this spot that enable us to pry open the lower and upper part of the leg. You know, it's so cool jiu-jitsu, and like so much fun to even think about this, like how this reaction can be troublesome, like because the heel is tucked, right? We have to change our approach to getting the heel out of their body. So now we're using our leg to pry open the legs. You know, it's so cool, and let's keep going from here, but I hope you guys are starting to see how interesting and cool jiu-jitsu could be, how we could use our whole body to misarrange our opponent's body. All right, so let's keep working.